Hi guys, good morning. It's your Rokiel Chemist, and as you can see, I am rocking my sports bra, which probably means I am talking about fitness. So yeah, this is week 2, day 2 of my 28-day challenge. Last week went really well. I completed all 4 days. Not going to tell you that I was right dead on with everything in the DVD right off the bat, but I did focus on, learning the exercises, proper form, and I felt good. There were days afterwards that I definitely knew I had worked out and my whole body felt impacted. A couple days I felt like someone had kicked me in the butt. My arms were a little heavier to lift, as well as my legs were tight. But I pushed through it. I celebrated on my rest day, and yeah, I felt good. I am currently doing the workouts with 2 sets of dumbbells and a yoga mat. That's all I've had to use. Oh, and on one day you need like something to sit on to do like, um, chair raises or arm raises or whatever, arm deadlifts, whatever those things are called with your arms. So you need something where you can rest on the edge of like a chair. So a chair or some kind of level surface, um, my yoga mat, and 2 sets of dumbbells. Currently I'm using 5 pound and 8 pound dumbbells. I do plan to increase the weight over the course of the weeks, but for right now 5 is my lighter weight, 8 is my heavier weight, and it works for me. It's just enough of a challenge to my body, where I can keep the form and do everything in the proper form, which is what I want to be doing, without straining myself and causing me to not keep the proper form, because I don't want to hurt myself, and I definitely want to learn the workout. Going into week 2, again, I'm using those same weights. So what else do I want to talk about? I like the DVDs. They cover abs every day that you do the workouts. Um, Cardio is also part of every workout. And then certain DVDs, each disc covers a different, like, different muscle groups, like upper body, arms, triceps, biceps, back, or legs, and, back, or whatever. So that's really good. There is definitely like intervals. It doesn't get boring because you're going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. There may just be a slight pause while he explains what he's doing. And so that's good because you don't have time to really, focus on whether or not you're getting tired or anything like that. Also, there are like these burner sets that are supposed to help boost your metabolism and keep you burning fat. And some days I hate them, but they're a necessary evil. And I just, try to push myself as hard as I can. Um, Basically, you're working to exhaust your muscles. So all the workouts, the intervals, the repeated movements are to get you to a point where you're exhausting your muscles. And I pretty much do that. I'm probably at this point not pushing myself as hard as I could. I could definitely probably kick it up a little notch. But again, I don't want to try to overdo too much too soon before I really am comfortable with the workout and end up injuring myself. That would not be a good situation. Now, diet-wise, I stated in my initial video that I would not be following the diet plan to a T. I would just be, making healthier choices. One of the key things in the diet plan is kind of low carb, low glycemic index fruits. And I was like, I'm not really paying attention to that. And I was feeling fine with it for day 1 on the DVD, week 1, but days 2, 3, and 4, he really emphasizes the importance of following the diet, how, it is important that it goes hand in hand with the workout, that in order to see the results that you are, striving for in doing the exercises, you need to be eating in such a way that your body is going to show the results to help you kind of lean down, not lose weight per se, but lean down certain areas, burn fat because you're not taking in as much fat, not storing, those carbs because you're eating fewer of them. So it got me to looking into low carb eating, and I've decided, just as I do with anything, I'm not going to ever restrict my body or myself, but I am going to try to make healthier choices. Earlier in the year, I started making some eating decisions to kind of help with some issues, other issues that were going on with me, mainly my sinuses, and also my cholesterol level is not as good as it should be. And rather than get on medication or depend on medication for those things, I wanted to see if doing just some natural changes, some healthier eating changes would make a difference. One of the things I can say is it is now mid-September, and usually by now I have had at least one sinus infection, if not other complications with my sinuses and allergies and all that fun stuff. And so far this year, I have not had one sinus infection. I've not been out of work one day due to any extreme sneezing, feeling congested. And I attribute it probably to the fact that I have been eating more, like I said, I've been incorporating more vegan dishes into my eating, and that includes, cutting dairy. For me, although I love certain things, I don't drink cow's milk, but I like ice cream and I like cheese. I love cheese. And what I found is those things, when I eat a lot of them, and in addition to whatever conditions are going on outside, if it's really moist and damp, and the mold count is high, I create more mucus in my body, and I tend to have major sinus issues. What I have found is by not eating those that way, my body is not responding that way. I've not had any sinus infections this year. Knock on glass, whatever. And I am attributing to the fact that I've changed up some of the eating habits for that. I don't know if it's, my cholesterol's been impacted yet because I haven't been for my annual physical, but I'm anticipating that maybe I'm going to see some changes in that as well. So to address the issue of the carbs for this particular workout plan, like I said, I'm not going to cut carbs completely out. I don't think you possibly can cut carbs completely out unless you just eat meat every day, and a few other things that have totally zero carbs. But what I am going to do, Amaya, excuse me, sorry guys, what I am going to do is be more aware of the foods that I'm eating. I was kind of shocked when I actually started looking at labels and looking at the carb levels in certain things. For example, I've been drinking way more water, at least trying to get in 64 ounces, particularly on my workout days and during the work week. It's so much easier to get a lot of water in because I'm at my desk and I can just fill my bottle and chug it down. But I was looking, occasionally I like a soda. I mean, I'm human. And one of the sodas that I love is the Fanta orange soda. Love it. But I was reading the bottle, and I don't know, I can't remember if it was total carbs was 74 grams or if it was in the serving size for a 20-ounce bottle. Typically a 20-ounce bottle is not a single serving, but I can't remember. But anyway, it was like 74 grams of carbs in that. And that's just like empty calories and tons of carbs. And as much as I love it, I was like, wow, that's like kind of eye-opening. And just other things. Of course, potatoes are the arch nemesis of anyone who's counting carbs, but I love potatoes. I believe yams and sweet potatoes are a little bit better, but not that great. White rice, white sugars, processed foods, those type of things are not your friend. So what I'm doing is trying to reach for the healthier carb choice. I'm not cutting carbs completely, not saying I'll never eat bread. I'm not big on bread, but when I, make sandwiches, I like the little flat breads anyway. So I've already been doing like half portions of those, not eating the whole flat bread or whatever. So I'm just making healthier choices. I'll put it that way. So I'm sort of counting carbs, but not 100% counting carbs, but reaching for the fewer carb option. I can eat tons of leafy greens, and I love greens, fortunately. And, looking at other vegetables like corn and things that are high in carbs, I can sacrifice a little bit and push back on some of those. But like I said, particularly on my workout days and just in general for these next 7 weeks. I would hate to have worked out all this time and have developed some tone and muscle, but it be trapped underneath uh, things that I should have, gotten rid of that are hiding, a little roll here or something there that's hiding my progress. So those are my thoughts. I do want to give, a special shout out to all of you who have been commenting on my videos, sharing with me what you're doing. You definitely keep me motivated. I look at some of you who, here I am saying, oh, I'm, working on improving myself. But some of you probably look at me and would trade bodies with me in a heartbeat. And some days I don't want to work out. I think, who will know if I don't? Who will care if I don't? But then I think about some of you, excuse me, and the challenges you're facing that are huge, far exceed what I'm dealing with. And I see your motivation. I see, the encouraging words you're giving me, and it makes me just push forward. It makes me push forward because I'm like, if this person is, tackling this huge obstacle and all I have is this, speed bump, you know, then, I have no excuse. So I appreciate it, and I love, love, love the sharing, you guys sharing recipe tips, other channels to check out for recipes, and just what you're doing. And I learned so much from a lot of you guys on Instagram, Twitter. I look at your pictures, I ask questions, I reach out to you, you guys respond and share with me information, and I so, so appreciate it. I do want to give a shout out to Diva Desert Locks because she turned me onto this fitness app for my phone, and it's actually called My Fitness Pal, and I like it because it basically, you put in your information. It tells you how many calories per day you should have based on general information, and you put in what you're eating. Now, I don't do this for probably every single thing. I try to do it as much as possible, but sometimes, certain things you don't know all the details, so I try to roughly put in what I'm eating. But I like the fact that it has a scanning feature that I can use on my phone, so if there's a package of something I'm eating, you can scan it, and I mean, so far, I've found everything in here that I eat, and I mean, even down to things that I think only my store has, it's in the phone, like a package of tomatoes or something. I scan it and it comes up with all the pertinent information. And it has a summary screen that kind of shows you for your daily allowances what your goal should be for like fat, cholesterol, sodium, potassium, carbs, protein, vitamins A, C, calcium, and iron. And it keeps up with what you've been eating and, you know, how well you're doing. And I really like this. I mean, it makes me aware. It makes me more conscious. And I like that. So shout out to her for talking about that in one of her videos. And yeah, like I said, just shout out to a bunch of you um, for sharing information. Afronique for sharing information. Um, I want to say Faces of Coco Kiki. I can't remember how she has her YouTube name, but for sharing Atkins information with me. I am eating right for always being available for information. Brown Vegan for always, sharing on her channel and just any questions or things that I have, responding. Yeah, thanks guys to everybody. If I didn't call your name, it's not because I don't appreciate you. It's just those were the people that popped in my head just now. Alright, this video is getting very long, way longer than I planned, and I feel like I'm stalling on my workout, so let me go and do what I need to do, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye.